Hello, I'm Charlie Mitchell from Starseed Parenting, and I'm very excited to be with you to give you a bit of an overview of my story and what's led to me writing a book called Gifts from the Heart of the Storm. So Starseed Parenting works with parents who have children that experience the world differently. So it might be illness, it might be disability, it could be a behavioural difference. And it's about emotional support for parents to help them to navigate this incredible journey that we're on with our kids, so that they have the capacity and the resources and the resourcefulness to be able to support their incredible children. So in the first video I gave you a bit of background to my story and how things unfolded from the 4th of March last year. So if you haven't seen that one yet, go and have a little look at that one. And I'm just going to give you a bit of an update on where we're at today, because we're very much in the middle of our storm. The storm's still raging for us, and it's going to for a while yet. So I'm not coming at this from the place of my storm being nicely finished and it all being sorted. That's just not the case. I still feel really compelled to be able to share this story with people, and it feels really important to support other parents in any way that I can, even though my capacity is really limited at the moment because of my situation. So our current situation is that Thomas is still undergoing some quite intensive chemotherapy treatment. He was diagnosed with leukemia on the 4th of March last year and has so far had 2 toxic reactions to the chemo. That has meant different treatment plans have been needed and different approaches than would otherwise have been had. Thomas has got Down syndrome, and his path has been complicated by that. We're also in the context of my eldest having autism and an eating disorder that they developed while we were in hospital, while I was in hospital with Thomas last year. I fought really hard to get some support for Thomas and for my eldest, and also for my middle son, so that we could stay together during this really difficult time, because we'd already been apart for 6 months while I was in hospital with Thomas, and it felt really important that we were together. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get the support that I needed. Thomas needs 12-hour support from somebody, whether that's me or somebody else, because he's nose tube, NG tube fed. So he has a tube that goes into his nose and down into his stomach that he has fluids in for 12 hours a day. And he's not allowed to be left alone at any point during those 12 hours, because it's a choking hazard. It's a risk he has this long 2-meter wire that goes to a bag, so it can get caught up in things. And he's also really good at reprogramming his machine, which is not ideal. So he can't be left alone with it. Unfortunately, my eldest has an eating disorder and they need support with their eating. So they also need somebody to be with them for the majority of the day to support them while they're eating. And I can't be in 2 places at the same time. It's not physically possible. And I asked everybody I could think of. I went to all the different support services, and so far to date haven't been able to access the support I need in order for my kids to be at home. So 2 of my children went to stay with their dad 200 miles away, and it's absolutely heartbreaking that we're not together. It's heartbreaking that Thomas is going through this treatment and that he doesn't have his siblings around. It's heartbreaking that I can't go and see them because they're 200 miles away, and Thomas isn't well enough for me to make that journey, and he's not well enough for me to leave him here while I go. So I've seen them twice in that 3-month period. So our storm is very much still raging. We are still looking for that support. We're hoping against hope that we can get that support in place so that my children can return home. Thomas has more interventions, like I said, until May 2023. And we're hoping that he will be well enough during that time that they will be able to return home. I'm hoping that my eldest is able to get more independent with their eating, so that they can return home, or I hope that we can get the support that we need so that they're able to come back. So that's my context. My goodness, am I in the storm? My goodness, is it still raging? It's sort of fights on many levels to get Thomas the treatment that he needs, to get my eldest the support that they need, and to find a way of nourishing and nurturing myself so that I am able to get up and take the actions that I need to take each and every day. Each and every day I take some actions towards the gifts from the heart and the heart of the storm so that I can progress with this project. I take actions to support my kids and make sure that I can do everything I can to help them. Even if it's 5 minutes a day, even if that's all I manage, I make sure I do something every single day. And that's led me to this place of being here now speaking to you. So don't think that the storm has to be finished before you can take the action that you need to take. Sometimes, for some of us, the storm is going to carry on for some time to come. And we need to look at what we can do while we're in the storm rather than waiting for that to finish. So please do like this channel, subscribe, and do look out for more videos. In the next video I'm going to be sharing about the details of the book, what's in the book, and also a bit about an online resource that's going to be available to support parents completely for free so that they've got access to some resources that can help them in their storm. And I'll keep taking a step at a time and see where it takes me. So sending lots of love to you all wherever you are in your storm. Do feel free to ask any questions, do feel free to make comments, and do feel free to ask if you have any special requests about things you'd like to see in future videos. I'll be really happy to do some special requests over the coming weeks as well. So nice to speak to you, and look after yourself, take care of you, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.